Hey there, beautiful creatures, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tag video. It's actually going to be the 17 witchy questions. Question number 1 is, when times get tough, do you fight or take flight? I don't know. I'm more of a take flight kind of person because I don't like confrontation, but if I have to, I will. I don't want to, but I can if need be. Number 2 is there a certain color you connect with? I'm gonna say black, but that's not really a color. So probably purples, like deep purples. Rusty burnt orange colors. I really like those. Kind of really fall colors, like deep blood reds and deep oranges and deep yellows. Like that kind of autumn color palettes. Number 3 is, what is your sun, moon, and rising? My sun is Pisces. My moon is Capricorn. My rising is Gemini, I believe. Yeah. Number 4 is something you would change if you could. Yourself, the world, or magically. What would I change? About myself would be to not be so hard on myself, because that's a big one. Not to go easier on myself just a little bit. The world, it's kind of fucked as we are right now, but that's, I wish that there was more understanding and acceptance of things that are different and unique and unusual, because a lot of those things are gone now and nobody really appreciates anything anymore. Just appreciation and, gratitude, gratefulness for us to just get along. World peace. But not even peace. You can have conflict and debate, and that's what keeps us as a people learning and growing. But when it's just outright ignorant hate, that's just gotta go. That's gotta go. Magically, it would be cool to have more, not necessarily power, but to be able to definitively know when a spell has or has not worked. Because sometimes you put so much effort and so much time, and you kind of get this mixed message of, well, it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't, and just a little more directional magic, I guess. But, to be able to teleport and, like, blow stuff up or freeze time or whatever. I just want to be a charmed one, okay? Just yes. Number 5 is, are you passing down your knowledge to the next generation? If so, in what way? No, I don't have kids. Well, I say no because I don't have children. But my sister has kids, and, like, my nephew and my middle niece really kind of ask questions about what I do and, my not alternative lifestyle, but, I'm not exactly normal, so they kind of ask questions, and if they want to know, like, magically what I do, I will tell them. But also, kind of, with these YouTube videos, is a way to kind of leave, not that I am, I've always said I'm the world's worst witch, but in a way, with these YouTube videos and, like, the YouTube Pagan Challenge and these types of things, so newer witches can look up, like, questions and have several different answers to choose from. Because when I first started out in this path, it was all textbooks and, like, just paper resources. There wasn't really, the internet, and if you did, you couldn't really differentiate between what was bullshit and what was, like, legitimate, personal experiences, and, but anyhow. Let's see. Number 6 is ancestor connection. Who's coming through? This one's always hard for me because I don't really know who my ancestors are. I mean, the only ancestor I've ever had that's passed that I really was connected to was my grandfather, who died when I was 12, I believe. And he doesn't talk to me all that often. We weren't really that close because, then again, I was 12 and there were several grandchildren that he split his time between. But on my dad's side, there's a lot of Native American. I'm pretty much Native American, German, Irish. So I would really love to have one of those ancestry panels done where they like read your DNA and stuff and kind of see like that. I really want to start getting more into my Native American side just because it's super interesting to me, and it's in me. I feel it, and I need to connect with that more. So number 7 is, do you prefer to do magic with others or by yourself? I'm a solitary practitioner, so most magic that I do is by myself. But if I'm in a social setting where it's not necessarily that we're like, covened up and busting out some heavy mojo, just small things. If someone, wants to say a prayer like before we eat or do something like that, I'll offer, to do something from my perspective or with, add a little extra on. So either way, I would like to meet other magical people, but I live in an area that's not exactly overflowing with like-minded people. Number 8 is, do you feel there is only one type of meditation? No. I feel there are many, many types of meditation. For me, driving my car by myself is kind of a meditative state. I do a lot of thinking while I'm driving in the car, especially long distances. Whether I'm listening to music or not, I tend to do stuff like that. And I found that I used to groom dogs. I groomed dogs for 12 years. And when I was blow drying dogs, because of the white noise of the dryer, I would kind of shift into this, my body was doing something different than what my mind was focused on. So it was kind of meditative that way. I don't actually sit and in a quiet room with some incense and, om to myself or repeat a mantra or anything. I find that my brain is way too active for that. And if my body is not on an automatic setting to where either driving or grooming dogs or blow drying or whatever, I can't really I can't separate mind from body like that. Listening to ASMR videos actually kind of helps with that because it helps my mind and my body slow down at the same time. So there are many different ways to meditate. Let's see. Number 9 is, what's your favorite flower and why? I like any flower that smells good. There are lots of pretty flowers that I find aesthetically pleasing, but unless it smells good, I don't want it. I was actually talking with my tattoo guy about a lot of women get roses or peonies or lilies or daisies tattoo-wise, and I've never been a floral person like that. I do think tiger lilies are beautiful, but there's not really one. I love carnations. If I had to choose between roses and carnations, I would pick carnations. Not only because they're pretty, but because they smell good. Roses don't always smell good. They can smell a little harsh sometimes, but carnations usually smell good. I'm not too picky when it comes to flowers. Number 10 is, have you tried a new form of divination this year? Yes, I actually bought some oracle cards. I bought the Halloween oracle off of Amazon. I think it was Ember Honeyraven who talked about it. And I haven't really connected with it all that much, but I have used it a couple of times. And I really think I've kept it by my bedside table to kind of, feed it my energy. And I'm going to I'm going to work with it just a little bit more with, I like an oracle card kind of to start your day or to get the feel of a week or anything. Because, like when I watch tarot readings on YouTube, I usually gravitate towards the ones that have an oracle reading as well. Let's see. Number 10 is, nope, I just did number 10. Number 11 is, what's your favorite way to connect to the elements? Organically. I don't really go out of my way to, you know, I live by a lake, but because there's so many people, I don't go up there. And with large bodies of water, as water heavy as my astrological sign is, I like a clean body of water. So if I really want to connect with water, if it's storming or raining, I will stand outside, like, you know, under the covered porch or whatever, and feel it that way, or just listen to it. Baths are pretty cool. With earth, I do walk around barefoot quite a bit. You can ask my sister's kids. I don't often wear shoes, so I connect that way. Fire is one of those elements that I struggle with because I don't do well in heat or summertime. So I usually connect with fire during the colder months with, you know, like outside bonfires or whatnot. But I am aware of, like, when I'm lighting candles, I will use matches and things like that to kind of, you know, connect with that element that way. For air, I don't know, air is always a dreamy element for me for some reason. That's one of the things I need to work on this year, is getting in touch with different ways of connecting with the elements. I do actually have plans in my head to get the elements tattooed on my body, so that may help. Let's see. Number 12 is tea or coffee. I like both. I actually have some tea right here from Taco Alley. I drank coffee this morning, and I prefer cold teas because my southern, you know, raised roots, sweet tea. I really like a half and half tea or an unsweet tea, but it's mostly cold. No ice though. Coffee I can take in any way you want to make it. I can take it cold, hot, iced, black, you name it, I'll drink it. Hot teas I'll do usually I'm ill, or in the colder months I'll drink a lot of herbal teas, but cold tea's my jam. Let's see, number 13. Do you come from a witchy family? Do you feel that bloodline is important or not? I don't come from a witchy family, so no, and I really don't think it matters, because you kind of find where you need to be as you grow and as you open up like that. You either, you know, accept the faith that you were raised in, or you rebel against it. So for me, it was just a journey, and I've always been more creepily inclined, if you want to. I've always been more witchy than the rest of my family. Number 14 is list 3 of your favorite witchy YouTube channels. Amber Honeyraven is one of them. When she hasn't been making videos, witchy videos as of late, because she's going through some personal stuff, but she's one of my favorites. She's just so energetic and happy. Who else? There's several that I don't know the names off the top of my head. I'll have them linked in the description, the ones that I usually watch. But there's a small circle of them that I find very interesting. But more so like Scarlet Moon Magic, that does integrative mysticism. He does tarot and oracle astrological stuff. And I really like him. Who else? I can't remember what her name is, but she's got real long hair and she does like tarot readings and stuff. What is her name? Dang it. I'll link her in the description below too. What is your favorite witchy book? The Dresden Files. He's not technically a witch. He calls himself a wizard. But, you know, tomato, tomato. He uses witchcraft and magic. And it is one of my all-time favorite book series ever. The Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. My guinea pig is named Harry after Harry Dresden. And it's a super good series. I fucking love it. Fucking love it. 16. An herb you haven't worked with yet. I don't often ever. Like I said, world's worst witch. I wish I could grow herbs in like an herb garden and stuff and to be able to dry them and bottle them, but I don't have the patience or the ability. I've never been good at it. Every year I buy like a rosemary bush and some mint and stuff when the plants go on sale at the local gardens and stuff, but I'm never able to keep them alive. So I do buy dried herbs when I can, but that side of magic I haven't really delved into. I'm more of a like send it out into the universe type of spell casting, not necessarily mixing up tinctures and stuff like that, but I may have to look into that just a little bit more. I have several books that I really need to read that call for different herbs and stuff, so I'm open to all of them. All of the herbs. Number 17 is, what are your goals for next year? Well, 2017 is halfway over the moment I am recording this video. So I guess just to get more into my craft. My goals for 2018 magically are to reconnect with the elements like I talked about in this video. And I guess just do more actual spell work and do more crystal work. I have just a few like clear quartz crystals. I really want to start adding more crystal grids and crystal work into my magical practice, and probably learn some Native American knowledge of my Native American side. So yeah, that was that, I guess. Did I answer all of them? Yeah, I think so. I will have a link to my blog, which will have the questions if you want to answer them as well. I love these types of like tag videos. I know some people think they're silly, but they give me a chance to really think about, you know, questions that I would never really, you know, ask myself. So it's always fun. But yeah, I guess that's it for this one. I'm Kayla. This is my channel. And subscribe if you like. Hit the like button, ring the notification bell, do all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter. I'm kind of sassy over there. I like GIFs, whatever, a lot. I also have a Tumblr, which is mainly supernatural reblogs because I have issues. But it's like Stevie Nicks stuff and witchcraft and supernatural, basically. But that will be linked. If you go to my actual YouTube homepage, you'll see my banner, and over in the corner will be the links to my Twitter and my Tumblr page. But yeah, I guess I'll see y'all in my next one. That's all for now.